These niggas better move it caution. Cause if they make the wrong move, it post. You see me, they like, ooh, keep on stopping. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hit that raw shit. Coming up, I'm about to bust. They see me, they like, ooh.
In this transition? Okay.
Yes, sir. Come on, come.
All right.
Al, you good? Okay.
Hit the transition over there.
Froze again?
No, I gotta go over here.
Hey, I'm just following order.
What's that?
Let me get one of those slow motion pictures, bro. One of the slow motion pictures.
You gotta shoot at 60 frames per second.
Yeah.
Come on, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Thor. Man, I don't know why we almost always have issues with our stuff.
Seems like me and you get together.
Right. Like it's always an issue.
Well, like these engineers are.
Right. Is it playing?
Yes, come on, sir.
Can you see the video? That's what I'm saying.
It says we're streaming.
Yeah, and then it needs to.
It's live.
The classroom needs to stream. Is it? Because I don't see it.
I don't see it on the internet.
And it ain't streaming.
It seems like a notification. What's my other door? You wash your hands? Come on. You gotta get back to class. Come on. Go. Have a seat. Is it up, right, sir? Look. See right there?
Yeah, I see it. Okay, most of them curve. But it's still showing me froze. That's the problem.
We pause the rock back. Was he here or is he going to work?
It's rock going. In a minute, I'm just, crap.
I'm calling for that one time.
I don't know what the hell's going on.
So I'm going to press lock it on one. But I'm in the class and the feed froze. And I stopped it and started back over. And it's showing up on the internet that's still frozen. But it's showing up here in the class like it's live. Come on, concert. When I came in, it was already set up. Yep. Come on, concert. No, I didn't. I put the program on, and then I shut the program down, and I started back over.
Hey, I'm just following order. Let me get one of those slow motion pictures, bro. One of the slow motion pictures.
You gotta shoot at 60 frames per second.
Come on, right?
Is this the program? Or is that this is what's going on now.
Black man, hey, I'm just following orders.
This is the program right here. It's a preview.
All right, well, shit, you know, I guess we just gonna have to go and do it like this.
So we're checking to see if it's playing out. Still frozen. Still frozen on the live feed. We looking on YouTube and Facebook. OBS is moving.
I think we good now.
You think we good?
Yeah, I think we're good now.
And I thought say you think we good, sir?
Yeah, we're good now. Yeah. All right, Salakia for those interruptions, Akim. All right. Damn, let's get through class. All right. Back to being envious. For whatever reason, Facebook don't want us to get these scriptures out, but we're gonna make our way. Okay. Yeah, Most High in Christ. So going back to being envious against the oppressor, you begin to Christ understood that that's where being covetousness, right? That's where you begin. That's where sin is born, right? That's one of the commandments, not to covet what's your neighbor's house, right? And what does it mean to covet or covet?
It means to strongly desire.
Exactly, man. To have a strong desire. Okay, you can desire to be like a brother or sister, or in terms of of righteousness, right? You see what that brother or sister has accumulated through hard work. And through your desire, you too want to mimic his actions in order to achieve the exact same thing. But in this instance, brothers who covet other brothers, the house of your brother or sister, you desire exactly what they have. You understand? You want his car. You want his woman, you want the items in his house, and you'll do whatever it takes to get it. You understand? That's where sin is born. For instance, you may desire a brother's woman, right? And then that connects with what? Being adulterous.
Okay.
Right? An adulterer. Okay? Because eventually you're gonna wonder, what it's like to sleep with that woman, okay? And you're gonna move forward in bringing those desires to fruition, right?
Okay.
So that's why it's important not to envy your neighbor's items, and definitely not to envy the oppressor. You envy the oppressor, that's where sin is born. Because what? Your oppressor, everything you envy of your oppressor comes from sin, man. Okay? Please.
And what's so heavy about that, sir, is that there's some young men in my neighborhood that was basically coveting the neighbor's items. So they decided to break into this man's house. Right? So they got away with it the first time. Broke into his house the second time, took some more stuff, right? So the third time, the man parked his car around the corner.
Of course.
Right? Parked the car around the corner, stayed in the house. Third time when they came up there, they got to a tussle with a man, he fired 2 shots, killed both of the boys with 1 shot. And the police said, nothing we could do. It's the third time they broke into his house and they jumped him.
That's heavy.
So covenant or lead to death.
If I could, give me Ecclesiasticus 9 and 11. That's so heavy what the priest is bringing out, because that's scriptures, man. That is exactly in the scripture. Okay? Give me Ecclesiasticus 9 and 11. Okay? this don't, you know what? That's not, this doesn't go in conjunction with your story, but you know, many times brothers and sisters have been envious of sinners, man. You envious of T.D. Jakes. You know how many Christian pastors have a desire to be like T.D. Jakes and Eddie Long and, you know, Joel Osteen, you understand, to the point where they're ready to hurt and rip off their own people in the neighborhood who have nothing, okay? Give them false hope and this false sense of faith in white Jesus. You understand? They have that desire to be, what do they call them? What are those preachers? What do they call that doctrine? The money doctrine.
The prosperity preachers.
Prosperity preachers, all right? That's, nobody wants to be a, you know, a law-keeping preacher. Or, you know, the drug and, you know, alcohol preaching, you know, preacher. Everybody want to be the cussing pastor or the prosperity pastor or the female pastor or the gay pastor. Nobody wants to be the pastor that's going to help blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. The majority desire to be that prosperity preacher, and that's who they, and in desiring to be that, they envy the pastors who already are. What were you gonna say?
It's like, this may be off subject, but out of all the pastors that you mentioned, what I don't understand about the Christian church is how do you get the homosexual pastor when the Bible says, hey, you know, man shouldn't live with man is one kind.
Well, that's where coming in with your own doctrine. That's the doctrine of men. Come as ye are, not being perfect. You understand? I was born this way, right? You understand? And these false sciences, so-called, right? Being born gay, that they use philosophy and things not in the Bible in order to justify that position. You understand? They don't go into the scriptures and say, see, right here, we can be gay preachers now because all have fallen short of the glory of God. You understand? Then when the scriptures tell you to be perfect, you understand? You're commanded to be perfect. That's an order from the Most High. That's a command. Okay? To be perfect is to keep the law in its entirety. You understand? It's, you know, not being a stumbling block to your brother. Okay, if you're a homosexual and you know it's wrong in the Bible, why would you go ahead and be a leader? Now you're encouraging and creating more homosexuals. You understand? Not that you may personally molest or encourage one to be a homosexual, but you show them, listen, homosexuals. I remember this cartoon. You remember Captain Planet? And it was an episode where it was a kid that was playing basketball who had AIDS or something like that. It was fun. It was funny to me. I recently seen a clip of it and it brought it back to remembrance. And you know, they were saying out on the court, you know, you had the bad guy saying, "Boo, he has AIDS. Don't touch him." And then you had Captain Planet fly in and say, "Hey, be who you are. You don't have, you know, you can't get AIDS from touching or breathing. You know, check the facts." You understand? And now they're coming out with like medication and, you know, all these precautions you can take when in fact science tells you homosexuality is the root of where AIDS comes from. It's how you get it. You know, they won't accept, the plasma donation places. They don't want your blood if you're a homosexual. You understand? What are you going to say? You're going to go in there and demand they take your blood because we're all equal? No. Science tells you that your blood is no good. Neither is it wanted, man. You understand? You can't be a homosexual, you know, out here and, living your life without consequence. Okay, that backlash comes because everybody knows. Like back in like the 80s or early 90s, man, you didn't want to be near a person with HIV. It was a damn stigma. Okay, like the damn COVID-19. Okay, now you're not hearing it anymore. Okay, it ain't a pandemic anymore. It really is, but it's not at the forefront. Okay, because it's doing an excellent job at killing blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians right now. It's doing its job, killing sinners. What do you got?
And what was so wicked about that Captain Planet show, right? We was kids, we didn't notice it, but what they did was they brought all the nations together. Y'all combined.
Oh man, how could I forget, man? That's exactly the goal, right?
Was it green or blue or something?
Yeah, listen, I don't know. He was like light blue, probably had blue eyes and blonde hair. I don't remember, but it was evident that even in the shows, the cartoons that they teach us, that we're all equal. We all need to come together, which is absolutely contrary to the Bible. Okay, and that is also an excellent example of desiring that being wanted. You understand? Being desired by the other nations, man. You understand? And that's in the scriptures talk about that, man. And we're gonna bring it out. What you got?
I was like, speaking of cartoons, like even when watching He-Man, he turned to a black guy when he got strong, remember?
All right. Yeah, what is it? The Dragon Ball Z? You know how the Asian man sees himself so inferior that even in the cartoons he draws, like the eyes and everything, man. Like you are forever talking about his eyes. He makes sure in his cartoons his eyes ain't like slanted. Mm-hmm. They as big and as bright as possible. Okay, he even turned into a white man when he the stronger he gets. Goku, right? Yep. In Dragon Ball Z, turned into a damn white man. Blonde hair and green eyes. An Asian man. He go from Asian to a white man when he gets super strong, man. Okay, that's their problem. You understand? But we, listen, it's no different from what we just envy. Right? Just how he envies the oppressor. Listen, our woman does it 20 times worse. He bleaching her skin, got the contacts in, blonde hair, forget about it. Mm-hmm. You understand? You know who's a Super Saiyan? Who transforms into a Super Saiyan? Venus and Serena. Okay, they Super Saiyans right now. Okay, they see themselves. Listen. The closer they get to looking Caucasian. Listen, man, that is the idea of success. Okay, that is the idea of being triumphant. What's that? The one that they always try and rival against Venus. The white Russian chick. Sharapova, what's her name, Michelle?
I don't follow
Is that the one that was taking steroids or something like that?
I don't know, man. They all cheaters, so whatever. But the woman who Venus always plays against and always whoops her ass, she's a Russian chick. I don't know what her name is, but they try and say that's Venus's rival when she's not even on par with Venus and Serena, both the sisters. She doesn't come close. But with all the nations, they always are looking for the next champion against you. You understand? They're always rooting for the next. Who can we find to put these, boisterous Israelites down? Manny Pacquiao. They always look, when they can't find anybody from their nation, they go to the other heathens. Okay? What were you going to say, Mashal?
About that one, you said, I'm going to follow. What we gonna get next? What we think is the Great White Hope? Yeah, they
it's forever. It's a search for the next Great White Hope. Who can beat these uppity niggas? Okay. Could you imagine being able to put a badge on honor, being a nigger, being a spick, being a wetback? You understand? You be having them. Wanting to change their nationality. That's a thing. Coming to a city near you. Eventually, they already in the works of being able to change your sex on your damn driver's license. And if you don't get a woman in the truth, good luck. You understand? Because every day they perfecting the abomination, man. You understand? You listen. Don't go to Highland Park ever and talk to anybody. You understand?
I live in Highland Park.
Listen. I implore you. Don't talk to any so-called sister at a gas station. You understand? Don't talk to any sisters walking in and out of the hair supplies over in that Highland Park. Because that is dangerous. What you got, Machado?
The question, like you said, every sister ain't a sister.
Listen, I'm telling you, they perfected, they perfected it, man. They perfected the abomination to the point where, I mean, damn, they're going to get you, to agree with it somehow. You gonna be the next Cheney or the next what's Eddie Winslow? That brother?
Ooh, wee.
Jesus Christ, man. They falling by the numbers, man.
Sir.
The Valentino, what's his name? The singer. Valentino.
How about that Ocean guy?
Not Frank Ocean. Bobby Valentino. He's gone. He got caught on camera leaving a tranny's room or something like that. Listen, IUIC, forget about it, man. You understand? That is going to destroy you. You understand? Moving on. You got that verse for me?
Ecclesiasticus.
Please.
Verse 9. Ecclesiasticus 9 and verse 11.
Mm-hmm.
Envy not the glory of a sinner.
Listen, envy not the glory of a sinner, man. We see the drug dealers. They got the chain, the whip, 4 or 5 women, and they all bad. Read.
For thou knowest not what shall be his end.
For thou what?
For thou knowest not what shall be his end.
Listen, man, we look at the superstars, man. That's primarily the role models of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, right? Rappers, basketball players, athletes, right? While your oppressor, his people look up to politicians, people who actually run the world. You understand? You look at Jay-Z and basketball players. You envy people. You envy the drug dealers. Rappers who drink lean and Lil Wayne's and who codeine and Adderall abuse. You understand? That's who we envy, man. And you don't know what? Read that again, that last part.
For thou knowest not what shall be his end.
You don't know what his end is going to be. How many rappers died? Young Dolph, right? He died, what, a month ago? A couple weeks ago? You understand? Now, it's always unfortunate when one of our people die. The Lord does not desire in him that dieth to death. You understand? That's in the scriptures. He don't want you to die. Okay? But sometimes your death helps 20 other brothers, 100 other brothers. You understand? Because why? Then they may they begin to stop dealing drugs. Not that I'm saying that brother did in particular. I'm just using an example. They stop messing with other brothers' women. They stop in essence being sinners, man. The Lord always knows. He's always poetic in his judgment against us, man. Eddie Long should have taught us what? Homosexuality is wrong. You understand? We envied him. Listen, we all thought Eddie Long was untouchable when he molested those boys, paid them off, and we seen a woman walk up to him and give him a stack. You understand? A stack of money. Okay? And this was after the allegations. And him saying, I never said I was a perfect man. What the hell? God damn, then why the hell are you being responsible over a congregation if you're not being perfect? What, you want them to be like you? And that's who we envy. You envy him, and what? You don't know what his end gonna be. You know, the Jay-Z's and the rappers and the superstars, man. You don't know what they do. You listen, you read all the time, whether it's legitimate or not, what they got to do to get into the industry. Mm-hmm. You understand? Having going to these gay parties, these masquerade parties. You know, being made. That's the Mason symbol. Jay-Z put up the, he put a finger under his eye or whatever. You know, they go nuts over these conspiracies, and they know they assume they know what they had to do to get in those positions. You ever wonder how his music is so garbage and trash, but yet and still he gets into that place of position? Listen, you the one that are looking at all these conspiracies. Listen, you caught him doing a 5-pointed star and him standing in the middle and doing some type of chant. That's how ASAP Rocky or whoever got to where they got, right? You believe in that, and yet and still you envy him of his riches. You don't know what it took to get to that point. Listen, do you want to go through that? Some of you want to go through that, man. You understand? And all of them are regretful in the end. Dying young, man. How many rappers have died young within the past 2 years after achieving fortune and fame? And those are the people who we envy.
Slacker, sir.
Please.
Can I please read verse 12?
Yeah, please.
Ecclesiasticus 9 and verse 12.
Mm-hmm.
Delight not in the things, Slacker, delight not in the thing that the ungodly have pleasure in.
Oh man, that's heavy right there. And that goes into conjunction with what we were just discussing. Delight not in what?
In the thing that the ungodly have pleasure in.
In the things that the ungodly have pleasure in. What do the ungodly have pleasure in? We just talked about it. Smoking weed. Something about that weed. Listen, something about going into another man's woman. I never understood that, man. Those are actual rap and R&B songs. I got your woman in my room, this and that. She calling you, telling you, she over her girlfriends when she really with me. Adultery, drugs, pill popping, being inebriated, man. It's something about being so drunk, you forgot what you did last night. You forgot you was with that man. You understand? It was something, man. I was watching something, and it's a lyric from Future where it sounds like he's saying he taking ride or something like that. That's what it sounds like in the lyrics. And then you gotta say, what? I heard Biggie saying some off the raw stuff. And I love Biggie. I grew up on Big. I was a bigger Notorious B.I.G. fan than I was a Pac fan. I know all Biggie stuff. And then I came to where he said he put a rod in his mouth. A girl looked so good. And I said, as a kid, I heard it. But then coming into the truth, even as a kid, I heard it. I'm like, that's dope. She was that bad. And then you come into the truth and you like, I couldn't fathom doing that.
Like sir,
please.
He got that from
he did. He did. Richard Pryor. He did. But the point that you utilizing it, I never say that. You never say chick like that.
How's that game?
How's that game? That should be a turn off to everybody involved. Please, Mashah.
Man. It's heavy what you're saying. Mm-hmm. The only thing I want to add to that, it ain't new.
Mm-hmm. It's not.
You talk about the songs and how we are influenced when we're young by music, television, different things like that. Mm-hmm. There's a song that if you play it right now, women 40 and up, and it was in the club, mm-hmm. they couldn't help but jump up, and that's that Bobby Womack tune. Mm-hmm. I think he really trusts me too much.
Right.
Talk about it. He know we both got the same good taste.
Right.
And when he out of time, I can't help but lose my mind.
Listen, Luther Vandross.
Wait.
He was singing to his name.
The whole time. Dancing with Your Father? That sounded gay.
That
That was one of his last songs. Do we have to ask how he died? Come on, man. A lot of stuff they keep hidden. You know, like people just died all of a sudden. Remember Eddie Long? He was like a chubby, fat, you know, muscular. And he went skinny in like within a year and died. And we know the symptoms of HIV and AIDS. You understand? They don't never come out and say it. And he died like maybe within a year. Okay? All this stuff, man. We envy all these people, and you know, you don't know what they end gonna be. You don't even give a damn. You know what? Not only do you envy them, you support them. You are a stumbling block to Luther Vandross. When you buy his music, him talking about being with another man. I don't even think he was talking about his father in that song. I think he was calling another nigga daddy. Good night.
Good night.
When I found out what he was, and all, like, now I have a new outlook on things. You understand? When things come to fruition, come to the forefront, now I have a new outlook on stuff, man. You understand? And it's like, man, the whole time he was selling, like how do you listen to Frank Ocean? Knowing his stance on homosexuality. Knowing what he is. Please.
Isn't he a homosexual?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do you support that? Now it's cool. Now, in today's society, it's so, how do you say cool? It's hot in the streets right now to be a homosexual.
It's politically correct.
I guess. You understand? It's the end thing. You know, it's fly. It's dope. Okay, to be a homosexual, and guess what? Not to have a problem with it.
It's the end thing that's gonna get you out.
Right, out of the hood, right? It's the thing that's gonna you know, to not have a stance against it. You know, that is when people begin to ostracize you. You understand? Wait till this metaverse kick up. Everybody gonna have on goggles and sitting in their damn house. Nobody's gonna go outside. Ain't gonna be no basketball here. You gonna be talking about how you whoop somebody's ass in basketball on in the metaverse. And they dropped a bead of sweat. You understand? He gonna be talking about how you ain't nothing, how you can't do nothing, and you gonna be talking about, well, shoot, let's go to the court for real. Everybody gonna be like, go to the court for real, man. That's stupid. You understand? I know I'm deviating from the point, but please.
That reminds me of, I don't know if you remember the movie Judge Dredd. Mm-hmm. And when he was about to hook up with an old girl.
Oh, that wasn't Judge Dredd. That was Demolition Man.
Demolition Man.
And yeah, they put the bird. Listen, that's coming to a show near you, man. Yeah, well, he was like, we can't get it the old-fashioned way. She was like, no, it's disease, and you can get pregnant, and the fluids and everything. No, gross. She found having actual sex was disgusting. Absolutely. Let's use these virtual hand machines.
But it's like, that's masturbation.
Pretty much. Listen, all this stuff has already happened. You understand? They put it in the movies before they bring it, you know, to reality, man. Yeah, that's coming out. Listen, you masturbate now. Well, believe it or not, it's gonna come when you can mount a machine, and somehow it's a woman when you put the VR on. Okay, everybody gonna be in the metaverse talking about something. Man, I got 20 hoes. That's what they gonna put. That's gonna be the next thing.
Put some meta hoes.
Right, and then what's gonna happen? The same thing as in the movie, right? You ain't gonna even want to procreate anymore, man. You ain't gonna have no damn kids. Cause why? The metaverse. You understand? You're gonna be up there, you're gonna justify the metaverse. Lusting after someone else's woman in the damn virtual reality. Because why? Listen, we can't get no diseases. We can't, you know, do whatever. It's making it, as we get closer to the end, it's making it easier for us to sin. You understand? Without, without actually doing it the typical way. All right, you're gonna be able to sin from the seat of your couch, brother. You ain't even gonna have to leave no more. You can work from home, have sex in your damn office, never touch your woman, touch other people's women, and guess what? You ain't even got to leave the comfort of your home. No one's gonna know you doing it. Cause why? Ain't no cameras in your damn computer office or your room.
So that one is looking back at you.
Listen, you put tape over that, brother.
So you put tape over.
And guess what? No one's gonna see you except who gonna see you? The eyes of the Lord, man. Who see every damn thing. He see you with that woman. That ain't yours. He see you with, smoking weed, and you smoked a cigarette, and you just need a one hit, and you throw that junk away. Man, what the hell am I doing? I'm just gonna take one hit just to get by. He gonna see you getting drunk as hell, about to go drive some damn where and kill somebody. He's going to see everything. You stealing. You understand? He's gonna see you stealing and doing PPP loans.
That's heavy that you bring that up.
Please.
With the metaverse. Because now people will be able to say, I didn't physically do it. And what they don't get is that the Most High sees the heart.
Oh yeah.
And Jeremiah 17.
Please bring that out.
Jeremiah 17:9 says the heart is deceitful above all things.
Listen, Mashah, my heart, man, I just want to, I don't want to smoke weed. I ain't getting high off of it. I just want the taste of it. You understand? So I'm going to just hit it once and, flick it away. You understand? I'm going to give it to somebody else. I'm going to give it to my brother. I ain't even going to finish it. You understand? One thing I got, please, what were you going to say?
So I can serve my man. What is the scripture where I believe it was Christ? He said that something about whatever a man thought he's already done in his heart or something like that.
Being adultery, that's adultery.
If I could.
Yeah, go ahead.
He said, if you look
at
even if you look at them.
Give me Matthew 5:29.
When you finish this,
yeah, please. After that, please finish that, and then give me Matthew 5:29. That's heavy. You said that because that is definitely in the scripture. To already have it in your mind, because what you conspiring already to commit that act. You know how many hurdles the Lord put in front of you to see if you gonna go move forward with it. You jump them hurdles, man. You be like, man, shit, if the weed man around, if he call me up and give me a deal, I'm gonna go ahead and get it real. Just this once. You understand? Just this one time, and then I'm stopping. Okay? If the sister husband is out of town for a month, for a month, a week, he in jail. That's even better. He in jail. He don't know what the hell she doing. Listen, I'm gonna slide through and fix her cable. You understand?
Fix her box.
Fix her box. All right. I know if this sister drink about 3 shots of 18, if she drink, too much liquor, her judgment would be diminished. And I know I'm gonna be able to get it. Where you got, please?
Jeremiah 17, verse 9. The heart is deceitful above all things.
The what?
The heart is deceitful above
your mind. You understand? Because why? You're always rationalizing how you can get away with the sin. We've all done it. Please finish.
And desperately wicked.
And what?
And desperately wicked.
Always in your mind. You're always trying to find a way to commit the sin. And the Lord be trying to help you out. You understand? He be making sure you ain't got the money to buy that weed. He be making sure you got the money not to get them addies, the perks. You understand?
Them perks there.
Listen, man. He be making sure you don't what? Hey, man, can I borrow 20 just for today? I'll give it to you right back.
That's
you understand? The Lord will see what the hell you doing. Can I hey, brother, hey, let me borrow 20. If the brother got the 20 and I get it, I'm going to get them addies. I'm going to get that dime bag. I'm going to get that 11 o'clock old whiskey that's gonna put me on my ass
By 5 o'clock.
by 5, and I gotta be to work at 6.
So like you said about me, what's so heavy what you're saying is that when I stopped smoking weed, right, I had to stop buying it first.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm gonna stop buying it. So when I stopped buying weed, I had more weed. Because people, oh man, here you go. I had more weed than I had when I was buying it myself.
Yeah.
Right? It's like,
listen, and that's
so I had to stop accepting. I was like, I gotta stop accepting weed. Right? So it was a time, you know, it was a process. Because okay, I ain't gonna bag on it.
right.
But then all your friends get high and smoke weed. So nah, I just can't accept it no more. But then you still go around the friends. Okay, now I can't go around them no more.
Right.
So
1 Corinthians, somebody get me this quick. 1 Corinthians.
First?
Hold that.
Okay.
And get me 1 Corinthians 10 and 13. That's heavy what you bringing out, Hawan. It's heavy. Because please, you got it? Could you read it, please? Papa Shah.
I was just going through the scripture too. 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 13. There hath no temptation.
There has what?
There hath no temptation.
There are some temptations.
There hath no temptation.
There are no temptations. Read.
Taking you, but such as is common to man. But Yahweh is faithful.
He is what?
Faithful.
Listen, man, the Lord He sees promise in all of us, man. That's heavy, man. The Lord sees the scum of the earth, the black man, who's the most terriblest, wickedest, most hated person on earth, according to these other nations, man. Somehow the Lord sees a glimpse of light in you, man. Listen, I have absolutely faith in nobody unless they're in the truth, as far as I'm concerned. I have faith that y'all can do it. Niggas that don't commit themselves to the school, well, I have absolutely no faith, family included. If you're not in here with me and General Yohana, Captain Laban, all the generals, man, all the captains and officers, man, I have absolutely no hope in you. But the Lord, He sees a shred of light in all of us. Read.
But Yahweh is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able.
See that? The Lord knows we're going to get tempted. But He don't put us in a situation that we can't overcome that temptation. He does. Listen, a crackhead who, listen, it's hard for him to get away from that crack because he's not ready. Listen, man, the Lord ain't going to put him in a position to where he can always get it. You understand? Pookie. He ain't going to make you pookie. Listen, if He knows that you can overcome it, listen, He'll have you working in the crack house like Pookie. And He knows you're a crackhead. Because why? He knows you have the potential to overcome it.
Damn right.
White women. Hoes. Listen, He knows that you don't have to go. Listen, who gives a damn if that white woman got a big old booty? I heard that so many times, but she had a fat ass. But she thick. But she's shaped like a black woman. You can't, get a black woman. You understand? You can overcome that, man. Okay? The Lord He gives you just enough of a test for you to overcome it. He makes it so you can get a passing grade. You understand what a passing grade is? Listen, you ain't got to get an A.
D-.
Listen, man, get the C and move on.
Keep it moving.
The Lord don't even make it hard for you.
The D- is passing.
D- is passing. Listen, that's according to Bush. Bush changed that. I remember that. I was in high school when he made that mandate. That's why he's the president. Because why? He got D's.
C's and D's make degrees.
Exactly. A D+ is passing, brother. Read. Go ahead.
But will, with the temptation, also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it.
That's the heaviest part right there. Please, go ahead.
If I could,
Ain't that heavy?
Watch this. You mentioned earlier, a few minutes ago, you mentioned that if there's any obstacles,
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm gonna show you the way we think,
Right.
the way I thought
Mhm.
before I came into the truth. The way that the Most High made for me to escape before I came into the truth. To me, there was the obstacles I had to get around.
Right.
Well, you really ain't got to go out to her house today. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give you a flat tire.
Listen, Mashah, listen. Get a Lord a hand for that, man. Listen, Mashah, here's one for you. Now you know this something about a woman you just met. She wants you to come over tonight.
Right now.
Right now, it's only her there, but it's 4 or 5 cars in front of her house. You understand? That looked like a setup. You understand? I've heard stories. My brother's like, man, I knew I shouldn't have went over there. I knew I shouldn't have did this. And that brother is getting robbed, beat up, and getting his car stolen. You understand?
He's done.
It's finito. Okay? And all over because he lusted after some whore. Or what? Or burnt. Listen, man, that's heavy. Now you done slept with this heathen. Well, you know, done gave it to everybody. A hoe that done gave it to everybody. Now you getting a weird bump here. Your damn rod is sticking to your damn boxers, and you don't know what the hell is going on. You understand? I guess you just got a cold, huh? You understand? Listen, that the Lord tells us what? Not to look. You can't drink beer for something. I heard of that before. That's a STD you get, and they say whatever you do, don't drink beer. It just make it worse. You understand?
Like it's a remedy.
Please.
That's because it's the alcohol.
I know. I understood now. Yeah, I understood afterwards after Google was invented. You understand? But you know, brothers going overseas and sleeping with heathens while they in the service. Vietnam.
Why you in my wheelhouse?
Right. We got a veteran Indian. You understand? And I know going over to Vietnam, North Korea, being stationed in Germany, South Korea. Listen, they give you the army give you a whole ton of shots, antibiotics, because they know you're not gonna listen to the Lord. You understand? The Lord tells you these things to preserve your life, man. You go over there and get chlamydia. You get the yellow fever. They was calling it that for a reason, man. You understand? Over there in Vietnam and Cambodia, it's so many of our people over there because, you know, Soul Brother leaves his seed every goddamn where. You understand? And then as soon as they see you, they think you know they damn daddy. Like, you know how many niggas is over in the U.S.? You understand? It's too common. You get stationed over in Okinawa, brother. You see what's that sister's name? Osaka. What's her name? Huh? The tennis player. The tennis player.
Osaka,
what's her name?
Naomi Osaka.
Yeah.
Osaka too. Naomi Osaka.
Is that her name?
Osaka.
Okay. I know her last name is Osaka. I forgot her first name. But that sister, Most High in Christ, she acknowledges her Haitian father. Because you know how hard it is, especially a heathen who's been impregnated by one of her people. That seed to acknowledge the Israelite side of their family, man. To acknowledge that your father, quote unquote, comes from stocks of slaves. And have pride in that, man. Naomi Osaka. Yeah, that's her name. God damn it. Please.
Haven't been over there a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
We Israelites are treated the same.
Right.
Wherever we appear. In South Korea, they have a place called Second Market. Second Market. And it is the place that the GI is forbidden by military law to visit when I was there. Both times, in the 70s and the 80s. Forbidden to go there. But when you go to Second Market, the vast majority of the population that lives in that area are the seed of Israel. It's the craziest thing to walk down and see a sister that looked like one of my sisters. And when she opens her mouth, all she knows is Korean. All she knows to speak is Korean.
And can you imagine she trying to ask you questions?
And she's trying to talk to you in Korean because they try to keep, they've always tried to keep babies born of black GIs away from black GIs who's over there now. Right. Particularly as they get older and get into their early 20s, that even the American government, military itself, try to keep you separate.
And why is that?
That you might. It's the same thing that happened in the 60s.
Would it cause like some type of maybe like institute some type of rebellion or something with them? Is that the reason behind it?
There's not a rebellion with them.
Or have them question their second-class citizenship?
It will cause you, as a U.S. soldier who have clout in their country, to develop a bond with the lowest rung of their society, who happen to be your offspring.
Now let me ask you that. Now, what is the basis? Like, where are you getting this basis from? Is it just what you've experienced or what you assume? Or is this like, why do you feel that that's why they are keeping black GIs from?
That's experience.
Okay, that's your experience. Okay.
It's Slovakia. The oppressor. The oppressor has also left seed over in Korea. And his seed ends up in orphanages that are supported by the U.S. military. Where each unit, if there's an orphanage close to your base, if each unit on the different bases may end up adopting the same orphanage. What you won't find is that Judite seed up in those orphanages. You'll find.
So who takes care of the Judite? Do the mothers still?
It's the streets. It's the same as here. It's the streets. They gotta get it the way they get it. You get it the best way you can. The mothers, oftentimes are ostracized.
Right. Yeah, I know that. I know that all too well.
They end up down there. And the daughters in particular, and this is what they use, the daughters become whores, literally. They become prostitutes. And the sons become what's called slicky boys. The slicky boy is somebody that will lead you down the alley because he knows of your lust. And next thing you know, there's a bat upside your head and your pocket gets you see. A slicky boy is just...
Yikes.
No, man.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You see very few, as they say, slicky boys, because he got that Judite seed in him. He got that.
So he has an ethnic look to him.
He looks like, well, they look like us.
Right.
You know, many of them are darker than both me and you.
Right.
And they got the same hair, all of that. And with the men, they make them disappear. They cannot join the Korean army.
Right. Damn.
They cannot join the Korean army.
Yeah, that's heavy.
You see what I'm saying?
And that just goes to show you, man, these other nations, man, they put their people first. You understand? Listen, that's nothing different from what Nehemiah was doing, what he instituted. Okay? They were, all these Judites that was having children with these Moabites and Africans and all these other nations, they was, arguing with him. Could you imagine Nehemiah saying, man, what that Christmas tree doing here? What is Buddha doing here? What is all this kung fu stuff all over the damn place? Get this out of here. And they arguing and saying, what do all quote unquote mixed people, what is their argument? They not black or white. They got to, my mama white. I have to integrate what? Both cultures. And that's why the Lord forbids us to have children outside our nation. Because why? You're going to be arguing that you got to keep Ramadan, right? You're going to be arguing you got to keep Ramadan because what? Your mother's an Iraqi, okay? And your father's a Judite, so you keep them both to please her and him. You understand? When the scriptures say you can't serve two masters, listen, your white mother expects you to come over for Thanksgiving. Guess what? You can even say the blessing, Mashah. You understand? Listen, we know where you stand at. They just want to see you. And you can say the blessing. And listen, they're going to make sure not to put no pork on your plate. Just come. Greens. No, yeah, no greens and ham. Right? Just come over. Okay? It's all around the world. It's the same song, man. Whether you in Korea, America, Japan, Vietnam, the law stands. Wherever ye may go, keep the law. Right? Who got that scripture? The other, was it Matthew 5:29 I wanted? Please.
Matthew chapter 5, verse 25. Agree with thine adversary quickly.
Is that Matthew 5:29?
No, you want 28, sir.
Is that what I want?
Come on.
Please.
Matthew 5 and verse 28. But I say unto you that whosoever look on a woman to lust after her has committed adultery with her already in his heart.
Listen, man, that's heavy right there. You understand? Listen, do we have to ask, what a brother in the world? I'm gonna say a brother in the world. What he do if he had Beyonce? You understand? Now a woman that belongs to another man. Listen, it goes far. It goes deep. You understand? What we do to the Halle Berry? You understand? It goes deep. Even Halle Berry, she married a heathen. And that heathen, we just talked about this. Her child's father didn't want her putting beads in her hair. Didn't want her daughter to have beads in her hair because she wasn't white. I mean black, which is true. You understand? It was truth to what he was saying. He was saying this is not a black, our daughter's not black. Straight up. He was saying our daughter's white. Because he understands it's the seed that matters. Listen, your oppressor isn't concentrating on killing your woman. You understand? He's concentrating on killing you. Because what can he do with that woman? Make more babies. The slave master, for the most part, in his lust, because he knew your woman was superior and beautiful. You understand? He just say, F it, and make slaves, from his own stock. You understand? He didn't give a damn if his slave had his genetics. You understand? That was a slave nonetheless, and in the same event, he can have pleasure. Go ahead.
So what's heavy about that, sir, that these slave masters, these oppressors, he was enslaving and selling his own offspring, his own kids.
Listen, he didn't give a damn.
Own kids?
Listen, the most important thing to a slave, to the oppressor, he don't give a damn about his woman. I mean, above all things, his children, he cares about money. You understand? When the Wall Street crisis happened in the 90s, white people was jumping off buildings. These are people with families. There's a condition called that white people define as and Mashah may need your help, where they don't want anybody else taking care of their family, so they'll kill themselves. Before they kill themselves, they'll kill their whole family in the event that they go bankrupt or lose a ton of money or can't live deliciously in America anymore. It's called I forget. Do you know what I'm talking about? They call it a disorder. It's called I don't know, some sympathy disorder. I can't think of it, but there's a disorder where, and you can look this up if you Google the symptoms, where in the event that a so-called white American can no longer take care of his family financially and doesn't want assistance, he'll kill them and then off himself so that nobody will have the opportunity to aid them because he's so embarrassed, you understand, that he can't live with that type of guilt. What is it called?
So like I read a story about that. It was a brother, not a brother, it was a oppressor. He had lost all his money in Vegas and the house and everything. Came back to Michigan, killed his whole family, and then killed himself. So I don't know the name of the syndrome.
Let me see if I can search it up. Give me a moment.
I'm looking for it.
What is that called? God, I cannot think of it. I don't know. It has something to do with suicide and being too embarrassed to ask for help. It's crazy, man. It's something like, but anyway, he doesn't give a damn about his children and family when it comes to that money, man. Money is the evidence of power. You understand? And being in control. If he don't have that, he doesn't feel like a man. You understand? So I'm gonna just off everybody, and then kill myself. And guess what? Nobody's gonna take care of my family even after I'm gone. You understand? And that's always been like that. So yes, in the event he would impregnate a slave, a woman, yeah, he'd sell that child. That's the what?
Munchausen.
One what? Munchausen syndrome. For water priest. Okay? And you read that for me? What's the definition?
Abstract. It said this case study reports on that suicide made to look like murder. The case highlights the issue of false claims of criminal victimization. No, this is not it. Okay, one. It says suicide disguised murder. The dimensions of Munchausen. That's not.
Okay, no sweat. Yeah, but if you Google it, it is recently within the last 20 years defined it as a disorder. Okay, let's move on. We can drop that. Is that it on Matthew? Matthew 5:28.
Come on, count, sir.
What's 29?
Verse 29. And if thy right eye offends thee, pluck it out and cast it from thee. For it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that thy whole body should be cast into hell.
Listen, man, it says happy. Now, you don't physically have to poke your damn eye out. You understand? But you have to, and this goes in conjunction with the body of Christ too. You understand? You have a brother in here that's doing what he's not supposed to do. Be doing can cause this whole school to ruin. You understand? If we put up with it, we'd all be in ruin, man. You got to cut that member from what? From the body. For it is profitable for thee that one member should perish. Look, get the hell out of here, man. You understand? We can't have a brother in here sleeping with other brothers who are out in the world, women. You understand? You know what type of reputation we have to maintain? That's how you achieve perfection, man. By getting rid of the chaff in the school. And that's why it's so important that brothers and sisters come to UPK, because why? We govern what you do. in the school and outside of it.
Yeah, right.
You understand? It's so profitable to have somebody working with you all the time.
Okay.
Being always there all the time. Knowing what your household is about, man. So we can see the slightest imperfection and have enough time to correct it. Okay? So you don't infect the whole body. What you got, Mashawn?
And what's so heavy on that is, since I've been in school, I've only been around since 2017.
Right.
When I came into the truth. But I've seen in that short time that the Most High loved the ISUPK.
Right.
Because he has severed, literally severed, cut away,
right.
violently cut away folk from the ISUPK.
Right.
Who's done exactly what you're talking about. Though. When you come into this truth, let this be a warning.
Right.
Don't turn away.
Listen, the water for bringing that up, because I know Hawan, y'all being priests in the school for a while, y'all seen brothers come and go. Priests of 1,000. Priests of, second in command under Captain Laban, lead the truth.
Come.
And you understand?
And sisters.
Listen, sisters who giving so much money and they love the school and they cooking and they always here, being cut from the school. Cut. Severed. You understand? When the Lord severs you, he don't just pull you away. He has to do a clean cut to where there's no opportunity for you to come back, man. There's no opportunity to reattach yourself. And he has to do that in order to achieve perfection in the school. That's our goal, man. Like, we serious about 144,000. You understand? Your woman gets mad at you because you ain't celebrating Christmas. Listen, you ain't got a tree, but y'all gonna give gifts. You understand? That's Satan, man. Testing. Please.
You better not join in with them. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah, I better, get the kids something.
We gonna get them something this time.
All that, man. Going over and celebrating holidays and celebrating birthdays. Man, like I got uncles in the world, and they always calling me up. I got uncles that are Masons, and they up there. I'll never be one, ever. Ever. You understand? It'd be at the lodge off of Wyoming. It's one off Wyoming. They got a bunch of temples everywhere. Yeah. You know which one I'm talking about?
Wyoming 6 miles?
Yeah, near right off 96, kind of. I think. I don't know. But anyway. And I dare not. And I've never envied those amenities for joining Esau's stuff. Never have I envied that, man. And they up there. Do you understand? And it's certain stuff that they get. They don't get pulled over for stuff. Watch this. Watch me do this in front of the cop and then not doing anything. Stuff like, stuff that comes with being a Mason. And that is absolutely true. I used to always think, it was just, I never understood what it was all about. I just knew it was like, it damn near was like being a blood or a crip, coming up. But please.
My father was a Mason, and my mama was an Eastern Star.
Yeah.
So I understood that we were privileged.
Right.
Under certain conditions, simply because of that little emblem.
That they have it on the driver's license, your plate,
right?
And I heard with some of the stuff you got to do to show that you so down that it almost they got to have evidence on you in certain cases. They say, man, we don't do that. But in actuality, they do. They do it. Like what you think of, what they say, the handshakes, all that garbage. They have a brotherhood that we have here in the UPK already. You understand? And it's so Like, it's just nothing I never desire. I choose the Lord. You understand? I know they say that they follow Christ and the Most High. Well, why you not here? You understand? And how do you follow him? Because I don't see you keeping any of the law, statutes, and commandments. You understand? And again, man, I have absolutely no faith in anyone unless they're in here.
Right.
You understand? That's the only, incentive I have to, even see you as an investment. But the Lord sees all of us as, an investment. He sees some gleam of light in all of us, man, that we can overcome. Okay? Finish that, and then we can, read that one more time, and then we can drop it.
5:28.
Mm-hmm.
Matthew 5 and verse 28.
29.
Come on. Verse 29.
Mm-hmm.
And if thy right eye offends thee, pluck it out, and cast it from thee. For it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that thy whole body should be cast into hell.
That's excellent. We're in this business of making perfect men. We're in the business of ostracizing men who can't seem to achieve perfection. All right, we getting you the hell up out of here. All right. Anybody else have any more scriptures? Give me Ecclesiasticus 21 and 2, and then we're gonna go into just some financial advice per Captain Laban on brothers and sisters being fiscally responsible, man. The kingdom of heaven is within us. You understand? Yes, we will not be saved by money, but financial literacy is important in the kingdom of heaven. Because why? You need to be able to lend money to who? The African. Okay? You got to be able to lend to the so-called Jew. Right now, he lends to you. All right?
So I got a barbershop for me.
Please.
I'm on my way out. Got to get to the slave.
Yeah, no sweat.
If you could, every brother in the school, if they haven't downloaded that Exum app, need to get a hold of me. If you have, don't go any further than you have, but we've already talked. But if they have not, they need to get a hold of me, and I'll walk them through unless they don't get a hold of you. Or that's for Captain Obama.
All right. I'll make sure to make that announcement. Zoom. Okay. All right. Is Cap out there? Okay. All right, Ecclesiastic 21 and 2, please.
Sir.
And then we're going to move on to some financial advice.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 21 and verse 2. Flee from sin as from the face of a serpent.
Flee from what?
Flee from sin as from the face of a serpent.
And so we were just talking about that earlier. Weed and whores and drugs. You understand? Pork and family affection. You understand? Mama's love. You understand? Go ahead.
If I could, that should be easy for sisters to understand, because the serpent is a snake. Any black woman, if you walk into her house and drop a snake on the floor, you ain't got to tell her to run. She's the hell up out of there.
Right.
She's not going to talk to the snake. She's not going to try to reason with him. She's not going to try to understand the snake. None of that.
Yeah. She's sick. Listen, that is a king cobra. The problem is everyone doesn't see sin as a king cobra. They see it as a garter snake or a corn snake or a milk snake. If you're from the country, you know about the poisonous snakes and the non-poisonous snakes. You're not gonna fear the python, right? The constrictors. You're gonna fear if it looks like a king cobra with fangs. You understand? Them the type of thing, but you have to look at all sin like a king goat.
Come.
Problem is we look at the small sin like it's nothing, man. And that's something we always gotta overcome. Okay? A little hit of weed. You understand? Popping a pill here and there. Okay? Just because Esau says it's okay, doesn't mean it's okay for you. You understand? Finish that.
You want Ecclesiasticus,
21
chapter 21 and verse 2. Flee from sin as from the face of a serpent.
Mm-hmm.
For if thou comest too near it, it will bite thee.
Mm-hmm.
The teeth thereof are as the teeth of lions, slaying the souls of men.
See that the lion has what? Those two big canines.
Mm-hmm.
You have to look at that type of snake. That's what the Lord is saying. Look at the snakes that have fangs like that. Not the ones that, you ain't afraid of. That can't draw blood or inject you with venom. Okay, you got to look at sin like the snakes with the fangs. Okay, you see a snake. Most of us aren't knowledgeable about snakes, but hell, we look at a snake and think every damn snake got venom. You understand? You look at everyone. The snake bites you. It don't even have fangs. I used to get bit by garter snakes, and they can draw blood. It's like a little slice. And I thought I was just gonna die, and that was it. But upon research, those things don't even have freaking venom. You understand? Copperheads, cottonmouths, all those got the venom. You understand? Right. You look at sin like that, or any type of sin. Okay, you can't look at sin like a little small sin. Look, this cocaine just hurting me. You understand this? Being a homosexual. Listen, I ain't I ain't molested nobody. I'm just trying to live my life. You understand? All that type of stuff has a long-term and dangerous effect, man. Any sin that you do. Okay? Because eventually you become a stumbling block. Okay? Whether you buy, listen, you buying that weed, like this is something I've had an issue with, where I make a mistake and buy pork, like maybe an extra sausage or something. Instead of beef, I grab pork, not reading, and no, I don't eat it, but I'm one of them cats, I hate wasting stuff. I go give it to somebody who does eat pork. You understand? How the hell can you bring forth the kingdom? If the kingdom in us, if you conditioning another brother or sister to sin. You understand? And that's always been my head. Give it to a heathen. You understand? Yeah, the heathen can have it. Because guess what? A heathen, listen, you can give a heathen, what is it? Something that dieth of itself. You have a cow that died. That's in the scriptures, man. You got a cow that died in the backyard. You don't know what the hell happened to it. You cannot eat it. Give it to that heathen. You understand? He got a good, iron liver. He got a good stomach. You understand? Them Africans, they eat stuff with all types of flies around it. He shoots blood out he cuts the neck of a cow and drinks its blood. He'd be all right. He got an iron stomach, huh? You understand? Well, I don't know what the hell happened to this cow. It could have been any damn thing, disease or whatever. Give it to the African. Give it to the Islam, the Arabs. They call anything halal as long as it ain't pork. You understand? Shrimp is halal. Is that halal shrimp? Is that halal lobster tail? Yeah, that's halal. You understand? Please.
You just play it, right?
Listen,
is it for real like that?
I'm pretty sure it is. You understand? Listen, I bet you can look up some halal shrimp right now. Somebody look it up and tell me if it's even a thing, because they are not the Lord's people, and because they don't have the truth, I wouldn't put it past them.
what I come up with.
So real quick, I got something to say. Majority of scholars of Islam consider all type of shellfish to be halal.
Exactly. I know that. I knew that though.
This is MuslimUniversity.com.
Yeah.
It says,
because you know why? It comes from the water. That's why. That's why they consider it halal. Because it comes out the water. And they automatically assume water is washing everything. But that pig is always in the mud and eating his own filth. They don't put a difference between clean and unclean. You understand? What you got up there, Mashan?
It says, as for fatwa, prawn is an arthropod to which insects also belong, and it does not fall under the category of fish. Da'ul Ulam Dioban, which once considered prawn as makruh, has now declared it as halal.
Okay, well there you go. Okay, it's halal. It's always been halal. It was whatever the hell Muhammad felt like eating. He didn't feel like eating pork, so of course pork is not halal. Listen, camel is a delicacy over there. I seen them put a whole camel under the ground like an oven and bake that thing up. Disgusting, man. And ate it and demolished it, man. The hump and all. Okay? Everything's halal, go nuts. Right?
Let us not mistake the method of cooking, because I would put some chicken up under the ground.
No, it wasn't the method.
Okay.
It's what they ate. That's just the method is fine. We could put a whole lamb, do one of those in-ground ovens and cover it up with ashes. We can do that. Put it in some tin foil. The method isn't what makes it unclean. It's the food. Okay? They disgusting, and they think they holier than you. They look at us in the ghetto and think, that they better than you, man. You understand? And the Lord knows our value, man. He knows that He doesn't even consider them spit from the mouth. You understand? They are less than spit. You understand? When He measures us and then measures the other nations, they don't even count as one little grain of sand. Okay? An Israelite's life isn't worth more than 1 billion heathen to the Lord. And that's His comparison. Now, I'm not saying that. You understand? That's what the Lord has said. Okay?
But you gotta say what the Lord said.
I got to. I must speak as who? The oracles of God. You understand? I got to say that. Because that's what the Lord has said, man. And going back to the scriptures we brought out earlier, the Lord sees a glimmer of light in all of us. And He wants you to be saved. So guess what? When He tests you, He's going to give you a test you can pass. He damn near gives us the test. He always gives us the test. Well, guess what? With all the answers in it. It's called the Bible, man.
With the cheat sheet.
With the cheat sheet. He gives you the damn cheat sheet. Okay, how to achieve perfection. Keep the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. You understand? Gives you the whole damn blueprint, and we always fail. All right? All right, with that concludes that portion of the class. Y'all brothers got any comments, questions? We got anything online, Mashah? Did I miss anybody?
Check one more time.
Okay, Most High in Christ. Salakia earlier for the interruptions. But yeah. All right, going on to fiscal responsibility, man. Most High, Christ said the kingdom of heaven is within us, man. First of all, we got to get right with the law, statutes, and commandments, man, so the Lord can take this curse from us, man. The Lord cannot protect you. He can't protect your children if you're not keeping the law, okay? If you keeping the law, man, listen, you are within the Lord's protective realm. You understand? General Mayak brought out the heavy scripture with Elijah and angels in the surrounding the camp. Did y'all see that?
Maccabees.
Huh?
The Maccabees.
Was it the Maccabees? Where the angels were surrounding the camp, and he was saying, and I'll paraphrase it, make sure you don't leave any excrement on the ground. Make sure to bury it, because there are angels that walk through and fro throughout the camp. Well, anyway, in the fourth dimension, the Lord gave, this prophet the gift of sight to where he could see angels all around us in the fourth realm, and we be about to go toward and fight the other armies. You understand? Armies who surpass us by numbers. You understand, man? That's why in the UPK, man, we're not concerned with numbers. If anything, we want to dwindle the numbers, right? So we can get the best of the stock, man. You understand? The Lord has always worked like that. Always wants the best of everything. Okay? While other fake Israelite groups and churches and mosques, they need numbers. You understand? We got the truth, Mashah, because what? 250,000, we got 250,000 members, man, across America. My pastor got a church in Georgia and California and Michigan, and he needs a jet to fly all over America in order to manage. You understand? So I guess the truth must be with T.D. Jakes, Mashah. I guess the truth must be with Joel Osteen, who they just found money in the damn wall, $100 grand or something like that in the damn wall that they were renovating. Unclaimed money. You understand? Did y'all see that? Y'all know what I'm talking about? Please.
Oh, go ahead, sir.
They were saying that the money has been traced back to where some months back, sometime back, he claimed that the church got robbed of about, $60,000, $160,000.
Yeah, and everything's insured. Churches are a business, man. You understand? Okay. And everything's insured in there. And that's why, again, he ain't want those people in his house during the Hurricane Katrina or whatever. Please.
The general, absolutely correct, pointed out that what that has revealed is a money laundering situation.
Listen, if you did, that's heavy. Who hides money in the wall? Like, if anything, you hide it in the safe. I mean, criminals, right? Ain't that what you listen? You trying to keep money off the books when it's law that you have to have your books in order per the IRS, per this empire. You understand? All donations and everything, because why? Certain credits you are claiming are getting written off if you're a non-profit. But that sounds like some money laundering, which has always been in the Christian church, especially in the black community. Let me not get off point though. Back to being fiscally responsible. Above all things, especially if you have a slavery, you must give your 10% first.
Right.
You understand? It's imperative you do it. It's the law. Give the Lord his portion. All right? A lot of brothers have, and this is even from personal experience, right? And made excuses on why they can't get a 10%. And that's so heavy because, you're showing obedience to the Lord, right? The Lord don't need your money, okay?
That's right.
It's you giving up what you love. He could say, give me the firstborn every 10 years. You understand? Give me your virgin daughter to the temple. Every first virgin daughter you had, give her to the temple. Okay? And she can serve me forever to her dying breath. He could mandate that. But in the effort for you to prove yourself to him, he tells you to give him a measly 10% on every increase, man. You listen, brothers here in the Detroit school, I know they don't even see that much. What is 10% of your check? A bottle of liquor every month? A bottle of liquor every week, man? Can you make a little sacrifice for the Lord? You understand? How about you got a key to school?
No, sir.
Okay, I got one. No sweat. You understand?
You got the laptop?
You understand? That is what the Lord is looking for, man. A broken spirit, okay? Contrite heart, all right? Make sure that you give your 10% above all things so that the Lord can protect you, man. You understand? You know how many times just being in the world, man. You understand? Being in the truth and knowing I got to give 10%, right? Guess what? He'll take it somewhere. If he don't take it from your obedience, listen, he'll make sure you have a flat tire that's twice as much as your 10%. He'll make sure you're sick or lose that slavery.
Or lose houses.
Exactly, lose a house. He make sure your woman leaves you for another man, and now you're giving up half of your check in alimony. Child support. Okay? Protect yourself. Do your damn self a favor and protect yourself and make sure you get that 10%. Now, above all things, brothers and sisters, live within your means, man. You understand? It's very important that we live within your means so that you can afford to do things, okay? Especially things that are required of you to support the truth. Okay? It's beneficial for both you and being in the truth if you have a vehicle, if you have a license, okay? In order to maintain those things, you got to make sure you have insurance and registration in this Esau's kingdom. It's a requirement. All right? Sure that you're budgeting for that type of stuff. Budgeting for what your bill is going to be. You know your cell phone bill is $50 once a month. Okay? You know the electric bill is $120 and rent is $900 or whatever. Okay? Make sure you account for those things before you go out and spend your money on frivolous things. Spending money on your woman, man. Make sure that your business is taken care of. All right? Always make sure you have, if you're terrible with money, get with a brother who you know is fiscally responsible to get you a budget. Okay? Okay, so we covered living within your means. Also, Esau is very smart about his damn money and will always institute new rules, regulations, and ways to create new currency. Okay? You don't have to do this. This isn't a mandate. But if you have the extra funds, okay, instead of spending money on what do people spend money on frivolous things? Whatever. Shoes, man. You got to have every Jordan. I hear you. Instead of buying every Jordan, buy 9 out of the 10, right? And the money you would have spent on the 10th one, on those bad investments, right? Feel free to invest in what? Cryptocurrency, right? Pay attention to the signs of the times, man. Things are changing, right? How to stay ahead of the game. Staying ahead of the game is what? Is how we're going to institute Christ's kingdom to come, man. The kingdom is within us, okay? Besides keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, the other knowledge and confidence in making other investments is going to come too, man. Most importantly, is keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. All right. The Lord can't bless us if we out here committing sins and abominations, man. All right. With that, I'm going to end the class. The next holy day is the Feast of Purim, which is when? That's in February, right? Give me a second. The next day.
I think it's the second month. Is it the 14th day? 15th day?
Okay, the 15th day of the second month?
Yeah.
Or the first month? No, the last month. Right? Which would be February. I'm saying it in Israelite, using Israelite calendar. Let me see. Give me a moment. Where's the announcements? It's ridiculous, man. Oh, the water.
That's not it, sir.
That's not it.
It's not in there. It should be in that one. All the way to E.
All right. Most High in Christ. All right. With that, I'm gonna formally close out the announcements and give you the latest holy day, which is when? Can you get the holy day for me while I go through the announcements? All right. We are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started out on 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they're off limits for the months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has interest in a particular brother or sister, there's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes and offering, which is a commandment. Numbers 18 and 21, Malachi 3 and 8, verse 10, means tenth in the Hebrew, ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for the priest. Not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Okay, the upcoming holy day is in February. It's the Feast of Purim. As a reminder, any akim or aquathim to check the bulletin board in the up against the door for any current announcements. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black, boots, shirts, pants, headband, and scarf. All right, with that, again, make sure you pay your tithes and offering, okay, to the school so that we can continue to feed brothers and sisters and because it's a commandment of the Lord. All right, shalom.